300,000 people is quite a lot. That's really, we're going to see California become more populated than ever, which is going to lead us to seeing some new emerging cities. Cities are going to be popping up in areas near where there was a lot of gold being found. So cities like San Francisco, Stockton. What you see here is painting of what was Sacramento. So really quickly, California is going to become very populated, and by 1850, California is going to become our 31st state. So people begin moving to California in 1849. It only takes 1 year for California to see enough new migration from the gold rush to make it into our 31st city, or sorry, our 31st state. So migration has caused a lot of effects. By 1869, pretty much migration trails are going to have died out because we've got railroads that connect the entire country. So that's one thing that is in effect. The amount of railroads that we've had, because we've got so many people living out west, we've got to connect those, and we can't walk every time. Eventually, we're going to need something faster and more reliable, like railroads. In the 1800s, when James K. Polk runs for president, he actually runs for president on a slogan called 5440 or fight. 5440 or fight. And what he means by 5440 or fight is the Oregon border. So at this point, we've still been just like essentially borrowing Oregon from Great Britain to settle it. And all of this, remember, all of this is Oregon. And what James K. Polk says is that we should either take control of Oregon, and this should be the border, the 5440 line, or we should go to war with Great Britain. 5440 or fight. So he wins the election by a landslide and then goes to Great Britain to sign this treaty with Oregon called the Oregon Treaty. And essentially, he is like, I know I said 5440 or fight. I know it was my whole, slogan for my campaign, but just kidding. We can stick with the 49th parallel as our border. So they just continue the 49th parallel to the coast. So this is all going to stay Canada, but all of this down here is now ours. So we've officially gained control of Oregon. Another effect of the Oregon Trail is going to be of migration is going to be the Butterfield Trail. The Butterfield Trail is actually a stagecoach line. If you know what a stagecoach is like a horse and buggy. And it's a stagecoach line that runs through the South, and it carries mail from St. Louis all the way out to San Francisco. So we're going to see more ways to get mail delivery out west starting to pop up, along with the most famous method of mail transportation, which is going to be the Pony Express. So the Pony Express is a mail service that goes between Missouri and California. Really, it's going to become useless by 1861 because we've got telegraph lines that cover all of this area, but they will still run. They will still use that same path to actually deliver packages. But these are young men who ride all night long, nonstop, essentially like a relay, handing off mail, making the mail service from the West Coast to the East Coast, or really Eastern United States all the way to the West Coast, a lot more reliable. That's what the Pony Express was.